Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'll show you how I made this beautiful tote bag featuring an African head wrap fabric art design. The pattern I'm using for this project is my Gentle Queen pattern, which is one of my paid patterns available in my online store. I'll put the link in the description box. So this is the pattern. Okay, it's I've already traced it in the tracing paper, and I didn't want to cut it out because I just needed the silhouette, just the face. Okay, so I placed the pattern on the fabric I'll be using for the face, so not to cover everything because I'm trying to I didn't want to use too much of fabric. Okay, so I just covered the face part, and then I traced it out. I also wasn't going to add any blouse to it, so it was majorly just the neck, so I had to reduce it to cut it short since I'll be putting it on a tote bag. And after doing that, I just added a little and retraced. I just had an idea. I wanted it to look a bit different, just to make it come out a bit. So I retraced the other one that already traced on it, adding little. Then after doing that, I cut the silhouette out, majorly the face. I didn't add so much fabric for the hair, for the head wrap. So after doing that, I placed the head part on the fabric I'll be using for the scarf. Okay, since here I was covering everything, I didn't want to leave any part of the hair open. I know that in the pattern itself some part of the hair was open, but I didn't want to do that, so I just traced around it and tried to make some curve at the part that has the hair, since I'm using the head wrap for everything. Okay, so after doing that, I just traced where the scarf started from, for me to have that straight line, and I cut out. After doing that, then I placed on it. You can see how beautifully it came out already. Yes, so you can use one pattern to create a whole lot. So this is the fabric I already cut out the for the tote bag. So it's 30 30 inches by 15 inches. Okay, so I didn't cut the bottom, I just folded it up. I don't know if you understand. I folded it up. Okay, so the bottom, I'm not joining it, I'm just joining the sides. All right, so that was what. So after placing it here, I used a glue to make it stick on this. Then I went to the machine, to the sewing machine. Okay, for the stitches I use zigzag stitches. For it. So you have to iron it to make it stay before you take it to the machine. And I'd also cut out the lining I'll be using for the tote bag. Then I started the design. At first I did the zigzag round all the edges carefully, beautifully and neatly. You have to take your time this at this part. Be very careful if you want the work to come out beautifully, and also for the faces, if you don't pay attention while making it, it might change the look on the face. So it has to remain the same so that when someone looks at it, they still know that what they are seeing is a silhouette. Okay, so take your time when you're making your zigzag stitches, especially on the faces. After I was done making the zigzag stitches, so I stitched it on the side. Remember that I cut out 30 inches long by 14 inches. Okay, so I didn't have to, so they were not separated. If they were separated, they will be 15 inches by 14 inches. Okay, so I cut them together. That's why I'm just joining the sides, not the bottom. Then this is the handle. So the hand, I cut it into it is 26 inches long. I stitch it on both sides. I did the same for the second hand. So now here I cut I made notches. I folded it into four, so this is 2.5 inches. Okay, so I notched it. After notching, that's where I began. So if you open it, it will be 5. The distance they will have between each other is 5 inches. So from where the notch is, I placed the handle of the bag and I pinned it down. I did that for the second side. Then I stitch. After doing that, I did the same for the lining inside. Then I left an opening of about 2.5 or 3 inches. Anyone you know that will be easier for you to remove it, because I used an opening of 2.5 inches. That's what I will use to turn the bag out. For the second side, I sew down everything. So after doing that, I'll wear the bag into the lining. You can see how I did it. I just tucked everything into the lining. Okay, remember that I didn't turn the lining over. So both right sides are facing each other, you can see. So I'll stitch it round. Stitch everything round. While stitching, I started from the side. Okay, the two sides, I joined the side of the lining and the side of the bag itself. I joined them together to start sewing. So after that opening, I left the 2.5 inches opening. I pulled out the bag itself. Okay, you can see that everything goes in. Then I went to the ironing board to iron everything out. So after doing that, I stitched the bag round, making sure that the lining is well seated inside. while stitching it. And here is the finished tote bag. I really love how the African print head wrap adds color and personality to the design. If you would like to make this design yourself, you can get the Gentle Queen pattern from the link in the description. Thank you for watching and bye for now.